All right, I'll cut to the chase. The new Cadillac XT6 is good, but maybe that's not the question that you're here to have answered. You're probably more interested in knowing how good is it relative to the competition, and more importantly, is it good enough for you? That's why we're in this 2020 XT6 Sport All-Wheel Drive Platinum example to help you figure out just that. Let's take a closer look. Now the XT6 here slots in between Caddy's smaller XT5 and the Big Daddy Escalade, seating 7 passengers between its 3 rows, or 6 if you get the optional second row captain's chairs, which we don't have. Now personally, I feel like the XT6 here is a much better fit for your average commuter than the big old Escalade. It's just a lot more reasonably sized. However, cargo capacity is down relative to the competition, with a measly 12.6 cubic feet of storage space behind the 3rd row. Fold all the rows flat, however, and you're looking at around 79 cubic feet of space, which is much more respectable. Now, personally, I'm really digging the exterior design of the XT6, which is nice and sharp and gets even sharper at the front and rear ends with these vertical design LEDs at the front and rear of the vehicle. The interior is not too bad looking either. Inside, the XT6 is pretty darn luxurious at our Sport Platinum trim level, with nice leather seats all around. We've also got a leather dash, doors, and console trim. I also like this nice carbon copper weave accent on the dashboard. Now some would call this look a little dated, and I see where they're coming from, but I kinda dig it. And at the very least, it's a lot better put together than Caddy used to do. Now going Platinum also rolls in almost every tech bell and or whistle in Cadillac's arsenal, from the Bose Performance Audio that's at the high end of sounding pretty good, to a full driver aid suite. We're talking adaptive cruise control, automatic parking assist, and a surround vision camera that aids in parking, but also works as a DV recorder when parked, recording door dings and fender benders while you're away. Notably missing is Cadillac's Super Cruise, the automaker's hands-off highway automated driving system, but it's coming in future model years. Now of the myriad options equipped here, the one that I definitely skip is the $2,000 night vision upgrade. This one's DOA, only displaying multicolor static instead of, night vision, but even if it did work, I think the feature is a little overrated and of very limited utility. Now below this trim level, the base XT6 Premium Luxury is luxurious enough. I mean, it ain't no Cullinan, but it's about as well put together as your average lower trim BMW or Audi. Standard tech includes an 8-inch Q system with a new physical controller, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, as well as standard lane keeping assist. Okay, it's time to talk performance, so let's dig right in. The XT6 is powered by a 3.6-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine that is mated with a 9-speed automatic transmission with front-wheel drive, though on-demand all-wheel drive is available as an optional upgrade. The power is stated at 310 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque, the latter of which converts to 367 newton meters, which, when very liberally rounded, explains that 400 badge on the rear hatch. It's part of Cadillac's new engine naming scheme, which even the automaker itself doesn't seem to be actually using anywhere in its promotional materials or website. Go figure. Now, a combination of a fairly smooth anti-idling start-stop system and variable displacement technology that allows the V6 to operate as a V4 during very light highway cruising and coasting gets you pretty decent fuel economy. Reckon around 20 miles per gallon combined according to the EPA, though I'm probably not even going to reach the EPA's estimated 17 miles per gallon for the city in our all-wheel drive model for a variety of reasons. Be sure to check our full rated review on theroadshow.com to see where I end up for the week. Now the V6 is a fairly smooth operator at the low to mid range, though it tends to get a little bit wheezy at the top end of the tach where it sort of runs out of steam. This isn't a performance engine, it's a comfort one. Overall, its performance feels like it's more tuned towards a more relaxed, around-town, grocery-getting, family haul and sort of driving style. Though our sport model does heat things up a little bit with glossy black trim on the outside, bigger 20-inch wheels, and a firmer ride thanks to electronically controlled adaptive damper suspension. A tighter steering ratio and a sport all-wheel drive system that uses a torque vectoring dual clutch rear differential as opposed to the open diff that you'll find at the base premium luxury all-wheel drive system improves performance in the corners, though those improvements seem more aimed at improving stability around bends rather than making the SUV feel more dynamic around corners. This is still a pretty softly sprung, comfort-oriented ride, and that, along with the sedate performance from the V6, means that if you're the kind of person who's looking for true sport performance from your 7-seater SUV, well, you're probably going to want to look elsewhere. The 2020 Cadillac XT6 starts at $52,695 for the base premium luxury model with its more comfortable ride. But our sport all-wheel drive here steps up to a $57,000 asking price. Now, we've also got a platinum package, which is technically a $3,700 option, but it adds so many package prerequisites that you're essentially checking $10,000 worth of boxes with one stroke. Now, we've got a couple of other options and destination charges, so we're looking at around $72,000 as tested here, which is good enough. I mean, in a vacuum, I really dig the style, the performance, and most of the bells and whistles that the XT6 offers. But it doesn't exist in a vacuum, and in the face of the much more established European competition, it's a much tougher value proposition. And that's before you even get to the all-new Lincoln Aviator, which is just a much better SUV across the board, whether you're talking performance, features, or tech. Is this the SUV for you? It's not a bad choice, but probably not. Be sure to check out our full review of the 2020 Lincoln Aviator I just mentioned to see what all the fuss is about. We'll put the link right here over the XT6 where it belongs. And maybe on the way out, hit that subscribe button for even more car reviews from the Roadshow crew.